Hi, I'm Daniel Andrews, owner and creator of the DAN Show, and welcome to my latest 2022 NFL mock draft video. I was getting ready to do the Minnesota Vikings and what they're going to do at the 12th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. However, earlier today, Matt Ryan was traded from the Atlanta Falcons to the Indianapolis Colts, and that just completely shook up my mock draft. So I'm going to do a video breaking down my new mock draft picks 1 through 11. But before I get going, is this your first time here? Are you new here? Because if so, I just got to ask you, do you like football? Are you a draft fan? Because if you answered yes to either one of those questions or both, you're in the right place. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Join the growing community of NFL fans. We talk NFL draft, we talk free agency, we talk all 32 teams, and I go live every Friday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, so I hope you join the live stream. Now, let's break down my new mock draft picks 1 through 11. I'm going to show you my original thumbnail I made the day before, and this is before Matt Ryan was traded to the Colts. You can see all my picks here from 1 to 11. There was some changes from the original video, but this is the most recent 1 to 11 draft, as you can see from the thumbnail below. Now, this is my new mock draft 1 through 11 post Matt Ryan trade, and the first thing I'm going to point out here is what you're not seeing, and that is that I don't have any trades in this mock draft. In my opinion, the Atlanta Falcons, because they have 2 picks in the second round and 2 picks in the third round, I think that they're going to end up trading with the Detroit Lions at number 2. I think that what you're going to see is Atlanta's number 1, one of their 2 number 2s and one of their 2 number 3s, and the first pick in the 2023 NFL Draft. I think that Atlanta's going to trade all of those picks to Detroit, and I think Atlanta will end up picking second in this draft. Carolina is also a prime candidate to trade up. However, they don't have a draft pick in either the second or third round in this draft, so I have a hard time believing that Carolina is going to have the draft capital. The only way they would be able to top that trade that I just projected would be to give up 3 number 1s, and you just gave up a second round pick for Sam Darnold, so I have a hard time believing that they give up 3 number 1s. Now, Carolina could offer players, but if I'm the Detroit Lions, I would rather have picks than players. Last year, all their draft picks made the team. All of them played, and all of them were impactful players, especially in the middle rounds. They ended up having some really good picks in the 3rd through 5th rounds. So if I'm the Detroit Lions, I love the idea of getting 3 picks this year and then the number 1 pick in 2023, which I think Atlanta's going to be a terrible team, so you may end up trading for the number 1 pick in the 2023 draft if you're the Detroit Lions. Now with my new mock draft, in my no trade mock, after trying to acquire Deshaun Watson, Carolina, I think it's just given up on Sam Darnold, and so they go Kenny Pickett here at 6. I want to be very clear. If I'm the Carolina Panthers, I draft the left tackle here. I don't go quarterback. I try to build around Darnold, but it appears that the Carolina Panthers are just going to move on. So Pickett's a pick here at 6. At 7, I'm going to go Charles Cross here. And if you're not familiar with the Giants offensive line situation, they drafted Andrew Thomas, number 4 overall in the 2020 draft. And the plan was they spent a lot of money on Nate Solder to play left tackle, so they're going to have Andrew Thomas play right tackle. However, when COVID hit, Nate Solder sat out, so they had to move Andrew Thomas, who was going to be the right tackle, over to the left side. He struggled, but he played better, and he goes into training camp as the left tackle. Charles Cross, if I'm Charles Cross, I'm very unhappy because I'm a natural left tackle. The Giants are going to go ahead and start him day 1 on the right side. However, it's not inconceivable that these 2 tackles end up flipping and that Charles Cross ends up being the left tackle, Andrew Thomas ends up being on the right side. But the one thing about the NFC East is that speed on the defensive line is paramount. As a matter of fact, Charles Cross, coming out of Mississippi State, will play twice a year against his teammate Montez Sweat. Remember, ran a 4.41 at the combine, so he fully is aware of the speed and athleticism that you're going to see in the NFC East. So maybe having an athletic right tackle may be a massive advantage. The more and more I think about it, the more and more I like the idea of the Giants taking a tackle at 7. Linderbaum could be the pick, and this is also a prime candidate to trade down. I think the Giants will end up moving from 5 and 7, and I think it's more likely that at 7 they trade down. However, there are no trades in my mock draft, and yes, I could flip-flop again. Originally it was Ojabu, then he got injured, then it was Linderbaum. Now I like Cross because tackle is a higher priority than center. Next up is Atlanta. Now, they did sign Marcus Mariota, who played for Arthur Smith in Tennessee, but he's not the long-term answer. In my no-trade mock, you have to take a quarterback, so Malik Willis here at 8. Now, full disclosure, I think Atlanta likes Pickett more than Willis, and I think that they're going to end up trading up, but in my no-trade mock, you have to take a quarterback after trading away Matt Ryan, so Willis at 8 makes a lot of sense. Number 9 at Seattle, in full disclosure, the Seattle Seahawks are the most unpredictable team in the NFL draft, so who knows what they're going to do. But Dwayne Brown's a free agent, so as of right now, you don't have a left tackle. So Trevor Penning's a guy I think is a Pete Carroll guy, big physical kid, even though he comes from a small school. The Seattle Seahawks are going to be a run-first team, so a guy like Penning I think would really excel for Seattle. Now, if Seattle signs a free tackle if Seattle signs a left tackle in free agency, then this pick could change. You could go Sauce Gardner or a pair of Georgia Bulldogs. Remember, they're switching from a 4-3 during a show, more 3-4 front. So either Jordan Davis or Trayvon Walker makes a lot of sense here at 9. But I think left tackle has to be the higher priority. So Penning at 9 makes a lot of sense for the Seattle Seahawks. Now with the Jets at 10, I was going to replace Wyatt with Sauce Gardner, but I just love Wyatt's speed and athleticism here. This wide 9 defense really puts a priority on the defensive line and speed on that defensive line, which Wyatt has plenty of. Full disclosure, I think that Wyatt is a reach at 10, but I just absolutely love the fit. They could go Sauce Gardner. They could go at another position, but I just love Wyatt here at 10. Next up is Washington. Now with Sauce Gardner on the board, I still think Washington likes Derek Stingley better. Just my opinion, Ron Rivera in Washington has an SEC bias. It's very evident in the way that their team is built and the players that they draft. So I think that Stingley is going to be the pick. Personally, I like Gardner better, but Washington does have an SEC bias, so no change in either picks 10 or 11. Now, this video is simply a conversation starter. I'm giving you my opinion, but I really want to hear from you. What is your mock draft? What do you want the teams 1 through 11 to do? Or do you have a full round 1 mock draft? Drop it below, man. I want to hear from you. I'm offering my opinion. Now I want to hear from you. Now, if you haven't done this already, hit that subscribe button. I'm giving you some great content. I really hope you enjoyed it. So give me a thumbs up, like the video, and ring the bell. That way you're notified every time I come out with a new video. And I will see you again very soon.